Yes, hello again. Oh, it's nice to be back. Oh, it's been a while. I just did my drumming video like 2 minutes ago, so I am kind of jesting. Anyway, as I promised no one, except maybe to myself, that we're going to do a bit of Dao practice, Dao healing Dao practice every day. So let's start today. I've just come back from work. So work is usually where, you're exposed to all these energies from like God knows where. So it's good to sort of like have a little bit of a clearing, cleaning energetically, a session like that. So let's just get straight into it. Let's just get into it. We do the healing sounds and the inner smiles together. So starting with the lungs, which is the element of metal, contraction, season of autumn, color is white. And energetically, lungs carry grief and sadness when we're not feeling well, when they're out of balance, and the courage and beauty and integrity when it's exuding its what we call the virtue energy. So first, let's get rid of some of the negativity that you might have gathered through the day, using the healing sound with the eyes open to let this negative old chi out and letting go. So you breathe in, palms facing up. Letting go of all the grief and sadness that might have accumulated through the day, or maybe through the conditioning. But all the same, it's best not to keep piling it up, and it's always good to release it. So now that we've done a bit of release, let's activate the virtue of the lungs, the metal energy with the smile, inner smile, smiling to the lungs. Thank you, my lungs. I love and appreciate you. Smiling to the lungs and seeing the lungs smiling back at us, thereby activating this virtue of beauty, integrity, courage. You could even throw in a little affirmation: I'm courageous. I am courageous. I am beautiful. Wow, it's true, I am beautiful. And I have integrity, which indeed I do have. Smiling at the lungs, seeing the lungs smiling back at us, activating the virtue. And from the lungs, which is the element of metal, we move to, and it's also autumn. So what comes after autumn, everyone? Winter. Yes, winter. Winter is to do with the kidneys. The healing sound for the kidneys is chew, which I think of it as like chew with a whistle at the end. And it's the fear that the kidneys store. So to get rid of it, breathe in. Bring the hands behind the back by the kidneys. Breathe out. Chew. Breathe in again. Letting go of all the fear. And again, breathe in. Now coming up with this smile, keep the smile. Now the virtue of the kidneys is gentleness and inner wisdom. So whenever you feel wise, you can attribute that to your kidneys. They will appreciate the fact that you've appreciated them. So now with that, like put the hands where they are, the kidneys by the side of the spine, the middle of the back. So like here. Breathe in and smiling into the kidneys. The element is water. Create more flow in life. Oh, I love you, my kidneys. I love my kidneys. Thank you for all the work you're doing. I'm sorry if I've ignored you sometimes, but not from now on. I make a promise to myself to always connect with you. I love you, and thank you, thank you. And as you smile to the kidneys, notice that the kidneys are smiling back at you and activating the virtue of gentleness and inner wisdom. You could make the affirmation, I am gentle, I am wise. And now we move to the next element and next organ. So we're in winter. What's after winter? Spring, yes. And spring is to do with the liver. Liver on the right hand side is the biggest organ in the body. It goes all the way from the right rib cage all the way to the left side of the body, under the left nipple. So it's a huge, huge organ. I kind of think of it as the Russia of the organs. So anyway, element is wood. When it's not working properly, it's anger and impatience, like, ugh! So that's your liver. When you're feeling like that, you don't have to blame yourself. You can blame the liver. You don't even have to blame the liver. You can deal with it. That's the whole beauty of this work. So the healing sound for it is like shh. It's like telling an angry child to be quiet, like shh. And the eyes, you notice I emphasize the eyes open because that's lets the chi go out. So firstly, breathing, hands up, go to the left. Shh. Letting go of all the anger and impatience that you might have built up during the day, or if it comes through your past and conditioning. So again, breathing to the left, opening the kidney. And now that we've released some of the anger, now bring the hands on top of the, sorry, I keep saying kidneys, I mean liver. Liver, green, element is wood, which is expansion, arising. That's why anger happens so rapidly, like you get triggered, immediately, because wood is arising and it's like happens very quickly. So you're breathing into, smiling into your liver. Thank you, my liver. I love you. I love my liver. Smiling with gratitude and appreciation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And seeing the liver smiling back and thereby activating his virtue of generosity and kindness. So you can imagine color of green, breathing green, feeling more and more generous and kind. And you could make an affirmation, I am generous, I am kind. That's beautiful. I'm definitely feeling the difference. That's part of the reason I want to do it. I want to do it. I've made the promise to do this every day. One, keeps me in shape, and you guys can join in. There's no need to keep this negativity going. The moment you feel negative, if you do these practices, you don't have to keep building it. It's human to pick up these negativities. It's human. We all do it. But it's not necessary that we keep compounding it. And if you have a practice, then that's the beauty of it. You can let go of it. So you don't have to have like a toxic footprint. So anyway, moving on. What's after spring? Summer, which we may or may not see in this country, but it does exist. Take my word for it. I've heard from it, people who've been abroad, that there is such a thing as sun, and it's warmer in the summer. So yeah, we could at least fantasize with it. Anyway, liver, moving to the heart. Element is fire for the summer. And basically it's the summer, the color is red. The negativity is what would you say? It's cruelty, meanness, and being kind of, yeah, cruel and mean. So, and then basically, and then the virtues are like love and joy. So in order to do the healing sound for it, it's like to release the negativity. So let's do that together. And this time we go up with the hands. We go to the right to open the heart, which is slightly on the left. So breathe in. Let going of all the cruelty and the meanness that we might have gathered in our heart, and hatred and anything like that. So again, breathe in. So having released some of this negativity, let's smile into the heart and activate this virtue of love and joy. So my teacher recommended that don't put the hands on the heart. I used to do that. I used to put my hand on the heart, but like put it at the distance above, just to give, because heart is already easy to, you know, to protect itself. So we wanted to open the heart. So anyway, bring the hand above the heart, energetically connect with the heart, smiling into the heart. I love you, my heart. I love and appreciate you. Feeling gratitude for our fire intelligence, elemental intelligence of fire. Feeling grateful for our beating heart, without which we wouldn't be alive very long. Not at all. Thank you, my heart. Smiling into the heart and feeling that the heart is smiling back at us, activating this virtue of love and joy. And we could make an affirmation: I am loving, I am joyous. And now with that, we move to the next element, which you might say, well, what's the next season? And you might say, okay, summer, winter, but there's one more hidden season, at least in the Taoist practice. And that's the Indian summer. It's like that ending of the summer when it stays warm. So with that, that's the spleen, by the way. Spleen is here under the left rib cage. So first we want to release the negativity of the spleen. And spleen holds worry and anxiety. It's like, oh my God, what's going to happen with me? Like, what's my life coming to? And all of that. So you want to get rid of that. And here, look, it's like under the rib cage. And the healing sound is like, it's like a purging sound. It's like throwing away all the stuff. Because don't forget also, spleen is to do with it relates to the stomach, which is like, so in a way, like throwing up is kind of quite relevant. So we breathe in, brings the hands and push under the rib cage here. Letting go of all the worry and anxiety. So again, breathe in. Last time. So having released some of this worry and anxiety, let's smile into our spleen, our beautiful spleen, with appreciation and love. So hands on the spleen, left under the left rib cage, the side. Smiling into the kidney, into the spleen. I love you, my spleen. I love and appreciate you. Thank you for all the work that you're doing to keep me alive and healthy. Forgive me if I've ignored you up to now, but that's never going to happen again. Smiling into our spleen and seeing our spleen smiling back at us, activating this virtue of openness, fairness, trust, harmony. Smiling into the spleen. And feeling this beautiful energy. So now we've got all these energies of the organs, and kind of just with your hands, you can bring all of the, look, from the hands, you can bring all of the organ energies into the center from all the organs, and then you kind of mix that together. Breathing in, inside our navel in the Dantian, connecting all these, blending all these energies together, harmonizing together. You see, according to the Taoism, all of these organs, they've got their own spirits, and they all have, also they got their own egos. And contrary to some of the things we hear, we don't want to eradicate the ego of the organs. We want them to have their own individuality and their own uniqueness, but we want them to cooperate. So the work we do is in order to get them to cooperate together, because that's what makes up our inner climate. And if we're feeling happy, it's because all the organs are working together harmoniously. So yeah, this is a practice that we can do daily. I'm committed myself to doing this daily, and I'm also just posted something into the comments. I'm doing I'm basically doing weekly kind of training with these inner small healing sounds and the Iron Shirt Qigong. And at the 17th of June, which is a full moon, I'm starting a 5-week 5-element course. This is to embody the 5 elements, which means to live from there. Theoretically, a lot of us have heard about it, but to actually recognize that in yourself, recognize that in your movements, in your energetic movements, in your body, and to go deeper with it and to actually embody that. This course starts on the 17th of June. So if you're interested, let me know. And also, if you want to do weekly trainings, just get in touch and we'll organize something. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.